Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking, right? Out here in my lab, turning to my classroom because I got a good lesson for you today. I'm about to teach. So we're about to get some good stuff in today. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's get the party started. I'm going to show you or break down. These are the 8 categories of religious concepts. So let's have some fun and learn something at the same time. How about that? All right, right here is a 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. Excuse me. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and two. My God be true. Let's think at this table of religious categories. Right thinkers is 8 of them. These is the isms: theism, atheism, ethnicism, ritualism, monism, polytheistic, polytheist, polytheistic monotheism, pantheistic monotheism, pantheism, okay, pantheism, monotheism, and mysticism. Each one of these categories is a religious philosophy that people follow and they live by. Let's talk about them. On the top, I'm going to tell you the name and tell you what the philosophy is. And the bottom, I'm going to tell you who followed that philosophy. Got it? Okay, let's go. Should be fun. Theism. What's the definition of theism? Theism is the belief in a God who will punish sinners and save the faithful. Sound like Christianity. Let's see who followed that concept. Example: Orthodox Christianity, Orthodox Islam, Orthodox Judaism, Zoroastrianism, that's a little before your time, and Brahmanism, that's over in India. Okay, that's the philosophy that they follow, which is fun. Now, in the Masonic order, y'all might not know this guy, Aleister Crowley. He took all Masonic knowledge and flipped it. Where it was supposed to use for good, he used it for bad. So he's considered atheism. Okay, atheism is someone what? Let's talk about what they is. Atheism believes that salvation is by doing what makes you happy. Do with thy will. That was his philosophy. Do with thy will. Whatever you want is okay. Physical pleasures or whatever, it's okay. Okay, why? Because there is, in his philosophy, there is no God, only existence. Now, I don't want to argue the point, but how could you not believe in a God but in existence? It makes no sense. So moving on. But that was their excuse to be egoistic and feel their selfish pleasures. All right, that's we all know about them. But there's no God, just existence, which just happened on its own without any help. For somebody of intellect, that's hard to fathom that you would even conceive that or think that or even believe that, but they do. Moving on. Let's get an example of who followed that philosophy. Epicureans. They had a Greek philosopher, Epicurus, whatever his name was. Okay. Then you got the Sharvikas. I don't know who they are. Okay, figure they might be the mountain people up there in the Caucasus Mountains somewhere. But then you got, they call it the atheists. Those who don't believe in God. Okay, but moving on. Again, you cannot believe in God. That's your choice. Then you got, oh, I hate this. The existentialists. Okay. Stoics. The Romans, the philosophers, they had a different concept about God too. They in that group. And I love Stoic philosophy, but they don't talk about God. They talk about themselves. They talk about doing things. So I get their concept, I understand them, I follow them, so I get it. Then you got the humanists, the Western humanists, who all don't believe in God. Okay, Buddha, Hindu, they got a different, the Jews got a different perspective on God. Okay, everybody deals with that philosophy different. Just show you the theism, believe, atheism, don't believe. Moving on. They choice. Again, these are all options that you can pick and choose and do what you need to do. I'm in here. Mine is here. I'll get your mine in a minute. Watch this. I'll let you know when I'm getting there. I think we're coming to it right now. Ethicisms. What the hell is that? See? From the ancients, that's called Maya. Okay, that's to get you started. That means salvation by performing right action or selfless acts. That's the philosophy of right thinking. My right thinking philosophy follows that kind of right there. So we ethicisms. How about that? Okay, whatever ethic is, whatever you want, you break it down. Why? These are the people who follow that philosophy. Zoroastrianism, Jainism, Confucianism, Aristotelism, Taoism, Gnosticism, Vedanta, Shitaneta, right thinking philosophy, Buddhism, Pythagoreanism, humanist African religion, both Eastern religion and Native American religion, and Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism, and in the bottom at the last, yoga. The reason why yoga is in that one, and anything that's philosophically on point, that's what yoga is part of. Because, watch this, let me give you a quick definition of yoga. Yoga is actually neither a religion nor philosophy. Well, what is it? We can name it by it's a way of life, a philosophy that you practice, disciplines, spiritual disciplines that hold yourself accountable for spiritual evolution, and thus does not fit any other's categories on the real. Okay, but you can slide them in every now and then. You just see ethics. Okay, we slide into that. Monism, I think we into that one too. Maybe one or two. I think it's two of them. But it's a philosophy that's practiced from the disciplines that's already been laid out. You follow the plan. Simple as that. But you make it a way of life. Hence, that's what makes it religion. All right. But it don't fit under any of these categories. Why? Yoga is rather a set of spiritual disciplines that a lot of religions borrow and use what to enhance their spiritual movement. They got dogma, they got commandments, but every now and then they use a philosophical concept. Okay, and that's fine, that's no problem. Okay, but your philosophy and yoga is not religious. It ain't emotional. As I say, I don't give a damn about your feelings. I got facts. I got proof. I'm gonna follow the book. I don't get emotionally caught up in a situation. That's the difference. Excuse me. Now let's talk about another one that's pretty big. Ritualism. This is for all you religious people. Y'all big on rituals. As a Mason, I know the importance of the ritual, and I practice. And when my lodge was doing the ritualistic work, they came to me. Why? I was the dean of instructions. My lodge was the sharpest guys in the house at that time. Why? I practiced, I taught, I trained them, and they was proficient in what they did. We didn't need books. Okay? We did our thing without the book. That's my little personal pet peeve. We can use the book while we're here. But when we go live, there's no books. Okay? No. So that was a little pet peeve of mine. So I taught everybody the role. You know your role. Study your role. Study it. Why? Because you got to perform it. The actors on stage, they don't get in the book. They don't have the script with them on stage. They got to memorize the script, learn their part, and perform it. Excuse me. So I was big on that. And my lodge was pretty proficient when it came to doing the ritualistic work. Let's go out. Ritualism. That's salvation by performing the correct or the ritual correctly. Don't nothing burn me or stick in my craw more than seeing somebody mess up the ritual. Okay, stumbling and bumming. I was a stickler for that, so they allowed me to take that control of that. So we didn't have that part no more. Now the ritual was done in respect and dignified manner. That's how you hold your people accountable to do what they need to do. And when it comes to ritual, know the ritual, practice it, and play your role. Watch this. For examples, Brahmanism, big on rituals. Big on rituals. Any priestcraft, any craft of the priesthood, big on rituals. Eucharist on Sundays for the Christians. That's big for y'all. The first Sunday cup, that's still in effect today. It's still being practiced to this day. Thousands of years, it ain't haven't changed. Y'all still drink and eat the blood of Christ. I don't partake in that ritual. Again, I understand the difference. She taught Netta. Okay? Right thing of philosophy. I just don't have that initiation process in my philosophy, so I don't have to worry about the rituals no more. But I know the importance of a ritual. If I'm gonna have an order, I will have a laid out ritual. But I don't, so it ain't the bigger deal. Whatever you practice, continue to practice. I'm not big on rituals, okay? But I know the importance of them. Santana, Dharma, and Hinduism all are big on rituals for the initiates. The initiation process is to bring the initiate to the ritual and bring the ritual to life within the initiate. And now you got something to hold on to. You got something to grasp into. I took an oath to Masonic order. I'm not going to divulge my Masonic information. I'm not going to break that oath. It's personal. I take it serious. That's all. And rituals is to do that, to put the stain in your heart, to make it ingrained in you. If you're going to take the oath, put that hand up and swear and be what? 100% on it. Stand on it. Own it. Moving on. Monism. One. Okay. That means they say salvation is by understanding that all is the supreme being. Sound familiar? Nothing else exists outside of that. Count me in. I'm with them. Okay, right there. I'm with them. So I don't know if we in that group. Yep, we in there. See, again, I can tell by the philosophy if I'm gonna follow that. That one that I'm 100%. I just told you, count me in. For example, you got the Taoists, you got the Gnostics, you got the Vedas, you got the Shita you got the right thinkers, you got Buddhism, you got the Pythagoreans, you got Spinoza, you got Kabbalism, you got Sufism, you got idealism, not idol, idealism, Pythagoreanism, Platonism, and even yoga. Partaking of modism. One God. Yep. So you can pick and choose all that. Who right and who wrong, man. It ain't about that. It's about what your understanding is and what makes you do what you need to do. If being a Christian holds you accountable to do the right thing, Christianity works. If you're a Christian and you ain't doing the right thing, why claim Christianity? Why? Because you're not using it. Why? You ain't following it. So no matter what you follow, if you ain't whatever you claim, you ain't doing it. Stop. Just be a renegade, whatever. But don't embarrass the religion by doing stuff you do it in the name of religion. All y'all fake God people. Stop bringing God into your mix. Get your hustle on. Leave God out the hustle. Don't hustle with God. No, he ain't with that nonsense. Moving on, sorry, but okay. Next one, number 5. Polyistic, meaning more than one. Monotheism. You got one supreme God, and then you got the rest. That's polyistic monotheism. Fully understand that. And when we don't get the understanding of the word that they're using, that throws other people off. But get the definition, understand the meaning, and then you get clarity of what they're saying and what they mean. A lot of people say, yeah, I understand, don't know what the hell he's saying. I was a student. I asked questions. And I ask questions. But I can't stand when people ask stupid questions that just makes no sense. Well, I got the right to ask. You got the right to think also before you ask the question. But never here there. As a student, that used to burn me up because I asked what I thought was the question pertaining to what I'm trying to learn. I didn't ask a whole bunch of dumb stuff. So excuse me again. Now we got polyistic monotheism. Again, salvation approaching the supreme being by what? His or her manifestations aka nature or the cosmic force, or to have their want. Each one should have their what? Mystical experience. The purpose of religion is to get you to have your mystical experience. Okay? But polytheistic monotheism goal is to get you to understand for yourself and to have your what? Own experience. That's what it says. The mystical experience is to be had by every individual. What? That's your connection, the anointment, waking up, spiritual life, whatever you want to call it. But that's what every individual is entitled to have for his or herself. That's it. Nobody is exempt or nobody is out the picture. Everybody had the same starting pattern right here at the bottom. So let's see who practiced that concept. Salvation through, okay, wait a minute. Okay, what you got? Now they have, watch this. You got most of your African religions practice this. Why? They all knew one God and then many others. After that, Christians call them angels. Same thing. Moving on. I ain't got time to make that argument. But you got all African religions, including Shita Netta, right thing philosophy. Okay, why? It makes sense. We understand that. Okay? Buddhism, again, Satana, Dharma, Hinduism, even Native Americans. So that philosophy held its own. Number 7. Now you got the pantheistic monotheism. They say that salvation by your devotion to the Supreme Being, right there. I love that devotion. Why? That's what the most Christians are. Y'all devoted. A good Christian is devoted to the Supreme Being. They call him Christ. I ain't got a problem with that. I got nothing but respect and understanding for what you're doing. Because if that keeps you living, doing, and being your best self, I'm with it 100%. That's why. Again, I think we might be in here. I'm not sure. I don't know if we in this one. But watch this. But it says being devoted to the Supreme Being who manifests in all things. Again, that leads to one's mystical union, just like the mystical experience, mystical union through what? Daily meditation. The one connection that we can have in our mind with our higher self in our mind is the meditation process. I gave you a whole bunch of that information. Example, for those who follow this concept. Atonism. Remember I told you about Akhenaten? I gave that lesson a while ago. The first monotheism God, he corrected all the guys and made one, Atun. Okay, that's Atunism. That was Akhenaten's concept. Didn't go well. That didn't last long. All right. Then you got the Shivanites. Vishnu and Krishna. That's their philosophy. The one God, then the many. They understood. They had it clear. And the Shivites and the Shiva. Even the Sufis. Jainism and the concept of God and goddesses. I just gave the female god Nut. I just told you about her. Those are the goddess. In this concept, again, God, one God, many gods outside. Big G, little G, whatever you want to call it. Everybody got their concept. Last one, I see the clock. Oh, I did good. This is fine. All right. Mysticism. Mystical is a secret known to all humans that they had to solve for themselves. The mystery is inside you. Know thyself and solve the mystery. But the mysticism is salvation by disciplines. What? That leads one to what? The union with the Supreme Being. That's mysticism. That's what right there in philosophy practice, right there. In a nutshell. That covers all that right there. It knocks it right into perspective that when you philosophically disciplined, you will reach a level in life that will put you in a different place. What? Conscious, high conscious. You become one with God. That's the name of the game. And why did mysticism get you right to the point? It says salvation by spiritual disciplines that you practice that will lead you to the union with the Supreme Being, God. I tell you that all the time. I'm trying to get you to do that for yourself and things you can do on a day-to-day basis to make it happen. Example, who practiced this philosophy? At the head of the list of mysticism, at the head of the list of no theism, no mysticism, meaning the secret message understanding is yoga, aka right thinking philosophy. Okay, Shita Netta. Sufism, which is the high Muslims, the serious Muslims who wear the wool, okay, they had the God concept, they understood it, and they practiced it. Knowing it and professing it, okay, are you practicing it? That's what makes it work. And you got Vedanta, they did it, they practiced it. Taoists, they practiced it. And guess who else? Last but not least, the Gnostics, the original Christian concepts. Okay, they ran them out because their philosophy was different than the one that the Romans want to portray about this Jesus Christ guy. They didn't go for that. They knew better. What? They knew God. So they wasn't changing their philosophy. So they had the exit stage left. And they had to hide their knowledge and other stuff in the manuscripts when they started finding them in 1940 something. Again, just information. And they was around during the same time. They tell you, they mocked the Romans. The Romans got in power through might. Okay? The same thing that kept Ethiopia from being colonized by the white man, might. When a person can't beat you, he got to deal with you. He got to respect you. That's the only thing the white man respects. What? Might. So you fight power with power. Simple. But what he did was when he was in control, he dictated all the biblical stuff. He dictated all laws and rules that we still govern by today. So only 2,000 years. He ain't been around 5,000. So this whole idea about this religion from a perspective of what y'all call Christianity ain't but 2,000 years old. So it ain't, and it's a spinoff for everything before that. I just modernized it, dressed it up, and did everything you did, distorted it, misunderstood it, chopped it, sliced it, Julian fried it, and called it Christianity. Bunch of nominations. He think that, she think that, he believe that. No organization, no order, no mayat, no balance. And religion needs balance for it to work. If there's no balance, it won't work. That's why today religion is falling apart. Simple as that. Yoga, philosophical points of view, people becoming conscious is starting to take control. A lot of people starting to wake up. So lack of knowledge is starting to be emphasized with what? Obtaining knowledge. That's how you beat lack of knowledge. Let's go. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, right thinking. I was trying to get my point across to show you can pick any concept you want and follow anyone you want. That's the idea. Do what works for you. Okay? But get to know him yourself. That's my lesson. Got to go. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all there to be 100. Me, 100, nice day. So I never let my right thinkers who understand now the major religious categories have passed away. Next name, what is consciousness? I did this lesson a while ago, but it's in the book. So I got to bring it to you one more time with a little more spin on it, a little more knowledge and understanding. So it should be a little different lesson. Oh, in closing, right thinkers, I'll be right back. I did my lesson. I got to go.